Truth is, I'm not options of you. I'm trying to pray, but when good evening, and welcome back to the Operation Hill One Jar channel, where we do what? Focus on healing, humor, and hot motherfucking topics. What's up, these nosy motherfuckers? It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and I've been keeping my word, ladies and gentlemen. I've been coming up here, showing up live, doing my thug dizzle, making them happen. So I don't want nobody coming at my motherfucking head top saying I ain't keep my word. I did everything I said I was going to do, and I am back. I am back. I am back. I know last week y'all was cursing me out, telling me I was dead wrong because my behind was not. Something was going on with my internet connection. Something was going on with my internet connection. Something was going on with my Wi-Fi, and I had my smoke. Okay, but today, someone came out and they gave me a new router, and I'm praying to Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, I'm praying. I'm hopeful that we won't have to be going through this again because it's lit now because I got a new router. So if it start kicking me out today and telling me I ain't doing right and I'm locked off and leave you alone and all of that, that means y'all must be saying I don't need to go live no more. I need to just go ahead and let it alone and leave y'all alone with the nonsense. But in any event, I should be good. Everything should be great, and we should be ready to roll. Happy Tuesday, good people. Happy Tuesday. Leo season is upon us. You know, I have a couple of very important Leos in my family I was celebrating with over the weekend, celebrated with yesterday. A time was had. You know, me and Leo gang is cool. Me and Leo gang is cool. I am surrounded by them, especially in the workforce, because a lot of my old co-workers, especially the males, were Leos. Pookie is a Leo. My sister-in-law is a Leo. This lady I used to work with named Amina is a Leo. So, you know, I'm surrounded by them. Y'all all right for the most part. I can't give you that. Y'all are all right for the most part. I won't pop too much junk about y'all. Other than that, this season is always very warm because it's summer, and I'm not a summer fan. But, you know, I was out looking cute. I wanted to show you guys some pics because I was in these streets. I was in these motherfucking streets. I went to a new restaurant called Lele NYC. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's called Lele NYC. And it's an Afro-Caribbean restaurant, right? Out of 10 stars, I'll give it about a 7. I'll give it about a 7 only because I really, really love the aesthetic. I love the ambiance. I thought that was cool. So I was like, okay, Lily, I can get with you. And then I thought the service was very good. The server was very nice. She was very sweet. She was very understanding. She was very patient. She was very knowledgeable about the food and the drinks. So I was here for that. Hey, Manny Fresh, what's up in the Biz Naive with the Wiz Naive? So I was here for that, right? But what I didn't like is that the menu was very limited. They didn't have a large variety. And again, it's a fairly new restaurant from what I got from it. And even with the drinks, they didn't have a large variety and it wasn't very strong. What I can say is that, hey, Shaquana girl, it wasn't that expensive. I'm talking about, I'll put it in the chat. It's called Lele NYC. Lele NYC. I went there. It was on Madison Avenue in the city. And it was cute. It was cute. Yep, it was cute. It was cute. It was cute. Hold on one sec. I'll drop it in the chat for you so you can have it, Quanta girl. And yes, it was cute. It was cute. It was cute. But again, the menu was very limited. I wasn't a fan of that. But the food wasn't expensive. The food wasn't expensive. And again, a time was had. A time was had. So I can appreciate that. And the drinks weren't that great. Hey, Olinda. But again, I enjoyed good company. Pookie and I, we had a good old time. Took some beautiful pictures. The ambiance there and the aesthetic there is gorgeous. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull the picture up because I think we look so good. Pookie's dad said y'all need to frame that picture. I said, yeah, what we need to do? What we need to do? But we took some really, really nice pictures. We took some really, really, again, it was one that just looked so gorgeous, so beautiful. I'm like, okay, now, give me one sec. I'll pull that up so you guys can see it. But A time was had. A time was definitely had. Like I said, it's Leo season, so it is upon us, and we are going to continue celebrating. I told y'all last week I kept getting kicked out. Y'all forgive me for that. Y'all forgive me for that. But I got some new Wi-Fi this week, and I'm not here to play. I'm on y'all head tops, okay? Oh, so let's see. I'll show you guys some photos from there. I should have thought about this. I didn't even think of that to show you guys some photos from our lovely weekend. God is good. When I tell you God is good, I mean all the time, all the time. What did you guys do this weekend? Drop down in the chat and let me know what you did in your this weekend before I get started on these hot topics, because I want to discuss. It seemed to, oh girl, you look good. Don't you back that ass up? I looked really cute. I ate the girls up. I ate the girls up. I'm known for eating the girls up. But you know, sometimes you just gotta pop out a show. So it was a nice time. A time was had at Lily NYC Lily. Okay? All right. Truth is undone. Options of you. Oh, Linda with your nosy ass. What's up, girl? I'm trying to pray. But where yes, give me one sec. The pics should be on their way, and then I can show you guys a time was had. Let's really get into this, right? Let's get into this because you know what? Oh no, Linda said I was being a lazy bum this weekend. Okay, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let's get into this because this is the thing. This is the vibe. This is the vibe. This is the vibe right here. This is the vibe. This is the vibe. This is the vibe all the time. This is the vibe. Okay, let's get into this. Ate the girls out. Ate the girls out. That, you know, pretty much sometimes you have to really fucking go there and eat the fucking girls alive. You have to chomp them up so they know you still got it. So sometimes that's where I go. You know, it's only right. Okay. This is Pookie and I. We went to what was it called? Sweet Catch in Brooklyn, and they had that cute aesthetic with the swing. So this is Pookie and I here. Love birds are always here to stay. And oh yes, here we go. Here we go. You see the background, you see the aesthetic. Yes, Lele NYC. Yes. Give us all of it. Give it all to us. So it was such a good time. It was such a grand old time. I really enjoyed myself. Again, in good company. In good company. So that was greatly appreciated. Thank you, Shaquana. Let these hoes know I came to dig their backs out. Let's see. I didn't have any more pictures up here to show you. I thought I had a video. I thought I had a vid. Oh, but I think I'm going to download it and beep. You know, sometimes they get a little shady. They won't let you see the video. So I'll show you guys that later. But I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse of what my Leo season weekend looked like. Shout out to all my Leos. Hi, Sayuri, my nosy ass neighbor. Holla, girl. What's going on? Everybody hit the thumbs up. Everybody do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on this video right now. We are technically about 8 minutes into the lit at 6. So let's get into the hot topics. And I got one I want to talk to y'all about that I know y'all gonna be like, okay, let's run it, Deja. Let's motherfucking run it. Give me 1 second, my dear. And we're gonna get it together. Like I said, that was Lele NYC. So if you're interested in this on Madison Avenue, I really enjoyed it. Was cute. It was very cute. Like I said, it wasn't that expensive, but the menu was a little limited. That's the only thing. Okay. Oh my goodness, we live all the way from Panama. Yes, Sayuri. That's what I'm talking about. All my Panamanians in the motherfucking building. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, girl. All right, let's run this because I know y'all want to talk about it. And guess what? I want to talk about it too. This story low-key kind of pissed me off. So let's get into it. This is Ra Ali and Cardi B. Tried to discuss the last time. It didn't go well, right? Cardi B responds to Ra Ali's recent airport encounter recap. Admits she's still not over 2018 incident. Claims she hit Ra in the head with a speaker, which never happened. Again, this is Ra Ali reporting this from her page. So, of course, she's going to say none of this shit ever happened. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know. Let's get into it a little bit.
And yes, I know that I'm grown, I know that I'm grown and I shouldn't have that mentality. But let's be fucking for real.
Mm.
If I wouldn't have said nothing and if I would have been an adult, she would still would have came online and would have been like, "Oh, I saw Cardi B and she didn't do nothing. She's pussy." And on top of that, I don't care what it is. Your security, no, your friend's security, and you attacked me. Y'all grabbed me. No, the security grabbed me and you attacked me. And if you thought I was gonna let that shit fly, you out of your fucking mind. Like I can't die on this earth. I can't live and die knowing that somebody put their hands on me and I never did nothing back. Like, bitch, I'm from the Bronx, you from the Bronx. You know what's up. So anyways, I'm on the line and I'm waiting because I know she has to go upstairs to the lounge, and we're going to the lounge, and it's like, all right, that's where we're gonna handle our business. Because I know she's aware that we in cons, and I'm aware that I'm in cons. Like, ain't nobody trying to go to jail. So I'm on the line, and now I see that she's set up now. Now she's not in the wheelchair. Now she's standing, but she's staring at me. Like she's staring at me, like literally staring at me. She's not getting her eyes off of me. So now I'm already thinking to myself, like, it's like fuck it. Like it is what it is. We're about to fight right now. Cause she looking at me like she wanted. So that's when I start arguing with her. So, and yes, I know that I'm grown. I know that I'm grown and I shouldn't have that mentality. But let's be fucking for handle our business. Cause I know she's aware that we in cons and I'm aware that I'm in cons. Like ain't nobody trying to go to jail. So I'm on the line and now I see that she's set up now. Now she's not in the wheelchair. Now she's standing, but she's staring at me. Like she's staring at me, like literally staring at me. She's not getting her eyes off of me. So now I'm already thinking to myself, like, it's like fuck it. Like it is what it is. We're about to fight right now. Cause she looking at me like she wanted. So that's when I start arguing with her and like I start arguing with her and she's just telling me like you need to grow up, like be for real, grow up. So that's when I threw a JBL speaker on her head and
Mm.
she said, "You feel better about yourself?" And then she's like, she's acting like now she's gonna fight, like, but she wasn't being like aggressive. She was like, "Oh, that okay now," because I guess she was sick. I don't know what was wrong with her. So then I guess her handle our business because I know she's aware that we in cons and I'm aware that I'm in cons. Like, ain't no.
Mm-mm-mm. Long story short, they tried to bring back that whole Harper's Bazaar bullshit, right? And we tried to talk about it yesterday, but I got booted out. So we're going to talk about it here today. Cardi, I'm a little confused because from what I hear, according to you, she never connected with you. Security hit you. Nobody got hit. Nobody got touched. Nobody got burnt. Nobody could learn. But then now she must have put her hands on you back then. Obviously, you had to get your lick back. Another part I didn't understand about the story, and I didn't like, rather, not even that I didn't understand, was that you you said that when you seen her, you pretty much was reserved for the most part, right? It was more like, oh shit, look who is here, right? But then you went over to your security and you told your security, and your security didn't want you to be pussy, so your security told you that you should do absolutely not, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me explain something to you. When you are of a certain age and of a certain stature and of a certain status, you need to be surrounding yourself with people who want to keep you safe and not put you in harm's way or in danger. Let's be clear. When you are of a certain age and of a certain stature and of a certain status, you more so want to surround yourself with people who want to keep you safe and not put you in harm's way or in danger. And while she said clearly the security guard must be the crip or whatever he was. I remember I think she said in the script, because I know she's supposed to be the other one, right? He can't be your security egging you want to have a fight. You're worth a lot of fucking money, Cardi. You're worth a lot of money and you're wasting a lot of time. Like you said, Ra Ali is continuously discussing you on because she doesn't have as much money as you. Compared to you, she's broke. Compared to you, she is broke. So of course I'm gonna be online discussing you rich bitch, because I'm trying to get some clout and I'm also trying to get as rich as you. So therefore, yes, I will discuss you. And when I do discuss you, I want you to entertain me, because then I get my clout and hopefully I get my coins up like you. What you should realize is that you don't have time for that. You're too old for that. And more importantly, you're too rich for that. So that is beneath you. Okay. So this right here about going to your security and him egging you on for you to bust on the head with a JBL speaker, if that really happened, all that shit was corny bitch behavior. But I've always said I enjoy Cardi's music. I enjoy Cardi's surgeries. I enjoy Cardi's personality, but Cardi in real life wouldn't be my friend. She's way younger than me, and I just could not entertain the antics. But I do understand 100% why she would entertain them. She's young. That's what young people do, you know. So I'm not here to judge her because I was young and then I was bad off on that's a rock. So I'm not even gonna say what I used to do. Either way, I understand why she did it. I just would feel like because you a little bit more, I would think, in a different space because you're a mom now and you're also stinking fucking rich that you would reevaluate some shit. But like she said, even when I tried to reevaluate, I went over to my security and he told me get on go mode. So I mean, I guess to me that was corny and whack, but hey, everybody gonna do what they gonna do, whether we like it or not. I didn't like it, but moving right along. All right, your girl Nikki. Oh God, Nikki with the blicky. Sayudi said, why can't they just let it go? Amen. Hey there, your girl, my nosy neighbor. Y'all hit the thumbs up on the video. Shaquana said she baited Cardi and Cardi took the bait. Yes. And the one thing that gets on my nerves about Riley, and I think I said this in the last video, she's an Aquarius, but something about that Aquarius spirit I don't love. I don't love. But okay, girl. Okay. I think you try to be reformed and changed, but you don't always land a plane with me for whatever reason. But okay, girl. All right, Nikki with the blicky is back outside. Nikki with the blicky is back outside. Nicki Minaj offers Des Bryant $10 million to fight her husband after social media beef. I didn't even know who Des Bryant was, so I was mortified. But let's see what happened here. Nikki said, I'm so happy you brought this up. I'll give you $10 million in cash if you come and fight him since you beat your own mom. He was lied on 31 years ago while both of them were 16 and there's proof. That's why they couldn't get that money they desperately needed and sued for. Now you, on the other hand, was beefing with your mother as an adult. Bigfoot has a brand new weird case as an adult. Jay-Z dodging the paternity test that could prove he fucked the teen as an adult. Desiree Perez beating her daughter and calling her black son-in-law a nigger with the hard R as an adult. Falsely had her own daughter institutionalized as an adult. Lied and said her child was on drugs as an adult. Oh. Dad said, before she said that, he said, I've been lied on my whole career. So I'm not trying to hear all that shit. I thought we were speaking facts. I don't play all that funny shit. Go get that $10 million in cash. I'll stomp that Negro out right in front of you. And it's rock for life, bitch. Ooh. Nikki said prior to that, go beat your mom and then ask Desiree Perez and Jay-Z why they've allegedly been vile cunts. They've been to so many black people while lining up their pockets and weaponizing racism in order to keep black people blinded from the truth. Why wasn't Desiree Perez pardoned by President Trump publicized to the black community and hip-hop culture the way Lil Wayne's was? Did she repay the president for that monumental blessing, or did she betray him the way Jay-Z allegedly betrayed the Democratic Party and countless others that he's had business dealings with in the past? On second thought, don't beat your mom. I'm sure she loved you once. This tweet is all alleged for entertainment purposes. Anyway, Barbs, next. He said, say, bitch, I didn't go to jail or touch my mama. I was defending myself. I removed her nails from my skin. Folks know I was dealing with some corruption in Dallas. I don't know how you can even be on the internet with your husband being a offender. You said we were speaking facts, weird hoe. So come on. What the hell? So I don't know what ignited this fight between... I don't know what ignited this fight between Dez and Nicki Minaj, but we're gonna have to go back and get some facts because I'll say this, right? I do believe that Nicki off her meds and on her drugs. I do. I believe sometimes she spirals, right? Which is fine by me. What I'm not a fan of, and I never will be a fan of, is men lacking emotional discipline. right? And again, I'm not trying to give women a pass to be nut jobs, right? I'm not. But I'm just saying, if you asking me personally, I was raised in an era where men were very mindful that women are emotionally driven. And because they are not, they can refrain from certain actions and behaviors while understanding why a woman would act that way, because that's just the way they are wired. That's just like having a man that protects you. Sometimes when you have a man that protects you, you're a little nervous about sharing things with him because you're like, oh Lord, he's gonna lose his mind. But no, he's just wired in a way that would suggest that if anything happens, I'm supposed to protect you. That's how I feel men should feel about women when they have emotional reactions or overreactions. When that happens, I feel like men should look at women, because of the era that I was raised in, and say that's just the way she's wired, right? And once you realize that a woman can have an emotional reaction to anything, literally, you stop taking everything so personal and you gain more discipline when responding to them. What I did not like about his messages was he got in the motherfucking paint with her like a bitch. I'm sorry to say. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like to me that the same way she was speaking to you, you were speaking to her as though you were as though you was a woman as well. And again, am I saying that she should get a pass for speaking that way to him? No. I also think that he couldn't stand up for himself and defend himself and say what he needs to say. But what I feel like happened was there when she had an emotional reaction, he said, boom, and had one as well. I'm not saying men can't have them. It's just the way they convey what that looks like that determines, in my personal opinion, what type of man you are. So a lot of his response came off, no shade, but very, very like he was a woman as well. That's what I will say, right? And I'm not too much of a fan of that. I'm not mad at him checking Nikki. I'm not mad at him stating facts. I'm not mad at him saying, listen, you're not going to say this about me or to me. You're going to respect me, But I felt like he was going back and forth with her, but I low-key can respect. He also was saying, but also call your man to the carpet because I whooped that trick too. You better come on, Dad. You better come on, Des. Now, do I know if you could really do it? I can't say, but you better come on by saying it. You better come on by saying it, because with your man Offset, he just I'm on vacation. Y'all nigga broke. You laughing. You knew not to play with Big Zoo. You knew not to play with Big Zoo. This one here said, I'm playing with the zoo. I'm playing with the animals. I'm at the museum and everything else. He said, I whooped that trick. Bring him on. So I could respect, at least even while he was cursing Nikki out, he was willing to get with the husband too. I respect that. Because I don't want nobody getting with me, and then when my man show up, you scared to get with somebody that could actually challenge you. So what the hell you getting with me for? So I was like, okay. I was low key here for him, but girl, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know why he was angry. I was trying to get some bits and pieces, and they said he's with Rock Nation and DDD and da da da. I said, okay, maybe. I just didn't know that because I didn't even know who he was. But we do have good news. We do have good news on the docket. We have good news on the docket. Surprising news on the docket, but good news on the docket that I didn't even know was the case. But God is good. They is the lab. I'm gonna ask her, do I act like Nicki Minaj off the meds sometimes? I'll plead the fifth there. Love you, Daya girl. Hit the thumbs up on this video. Look, okay, so we have good news. We have good news. Your girl Monica. They said Monica got hitched. They said Monica got hitched. I said, okay, Mon. Okay, Mon. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know Monica had a man. I did not even know Monica had a man. So this really and truly did shock me. It says, congratulations, Monica and her boo, Anthony Ant Wilson, seemingly hint that they tied the knot in the courthouse ceremony. So, okay, they seemingly? She says, shout out to everybody at the courthouse that got us in and out without a problem. He said that, and she said they were amazing. Wow. Let's find out who Aunt Wilson is. I didn't know you existed, and I definitely know you ain't know you was Monica Man, and I ain't know you existed, to the extent of y'all would be getting married. I thought she was still over there trying to get the man out of jail. What's his name? What's that person's name? What's that man name that she was trying to get out of jail? Oh, he's Chris Brown's manager. Okay, let's see. It says the Boy's Mom R&B songstress Monica surprises her fans by seemingly tying the knot quietly with her artist manager Anthony Ant Wilson. The lovely couple, who went public in October 2023, was spotted in black and white formal wear on Instagram on August 4th in a post caption, two hearts, black heart emoji, one love forever, tagging Wilson. Wilson, a BMF executive producer, commented on the post, further fueling speculation and curiosity as he mentioned a courthouse. He said the following: shout out to everybody at the courthouse that got us in and out without a problem. He wrote that, and Monica added, they were amazing. Although the words wedding and marriage aren't mentioned within the post, fans and friends of the couple are beginning to pick up the subtle clues and are offering their congratulations to the happy couple. Yes, I'm so happy. Two of my fave people. Love wins. Love you, wrote Lala Anthony when Monica comment section with Pierre P. Thomas of Quality Control Music, telling the songstress of her beau, Mo, I ain't never seen him smiling like this. I'm so happy for y'all. Tina Knowles shared, congratulations, you look gorgeous. Much complete happiness to you and your husband. Wait a minute. You so deserve it. While rapper Trina simply wrote, congratulations. So beautiful. The announcement couldn't come at a more opportune time because Monica is hitting the road with co-headliner Brandy for the anticipated The Boy Is Mine tour. Monica recently shared it tours in celebration of our history, blah, 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 blah. Anywho, she commented on her happy relationship with Wilson in the 2024 interview with Hello Beautiful. I'm in my relationship now. I don't have to take over. I don't have to overthink anything. I can just be myself, express myself, explain what's happening in my daily, and he just fixes it. Come on, you better fix it. The most important thing about him that I think people would be surprised because he's so stern in business is that he's the ultimate family man. He can tell you where all of my children are most of the day. He loves to make sure that his relationship with them is intact, not in a way that seems forced but natural. Whatever it is they love, he goes to that. Meet me, meets them where they are at. Right. Okay. Okay. Before Wilson, the singer, which I remember, dated incarcerated rapper C Murder. During the Hello Beautiful interview, Monica shared that her huge heart has been taken advantage of by his past companions. Wow. I love extremely hard, and that sometimes has caused me to be hurt in tremendous manners. But she's weathered the storms and gone through lessons to prepare her for the beautiful love she has now. We are happy for Monica. That I am. I am as well. I'm very, very happy for Monica because, again, she has been through some things. She was trying with C Murder, and it was looking like he wasn't getting out of jail, and she was in a fight. So I respect it. I'm very, very. Hey, Melissa, my nosy neighbor, hit the thumbs up on this video. Yes, yes. Shaquana said, good for her. Congrats. Love me some Monica. Me too. They said that they're coming to the Barclays in November, so we should all try to make this a nosy neighbor outing and go to the Boy Is Mine tour. Let's talk about that, right? Shaquana said, right, dating private and pop-up marry. Yes, yes, yes. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. So I was like, wow, that was something very, very nice. That was some good news on the docket. And love wins. You know, it's always a beautiful thing when love wins. I don't care where you are. I don't care what you're doing. When love wins, it is a very, very beautiful thing. We just like to make sure that it does. All right. I saw this and was mortified. And I said, okay, well, let's run it. See what's going on here. Because this is NYC and I don't have time. I was low-key trying to look up if my school, whatchamacallit, was on here so I could say maybe they're going to shut my school down. But they said, absolutely not. Bring your ass to work, girl. Okay. Scared the shot of me. NYC outbreak alert. 122 sick from Legionnaire's disease in Harlem. Oh my God. New York City health officials are investigating a deadly outbreak of Legionnaire's disease in central Harlem that has already claimed one life and has left 22 others sick. The NYC Department of Health confirmed that the cluster of cases is concentrated within 5 zip codes: 10027, 10030, 10035, 13037, and 10039. Residents and workers in these areas are being urged to seek medical attention if they experience flu-like symptoms such as fever, coughing, headaches, or shortness of breath. Legionnaire's disease is a severe form of pneumonia caused by inhaling mist contaminated with Legionella bacteria. While it's not contagious and the general risk remains low, individuals over 50, smokers, or those with weakened immune systems are at higher risk. Officials believe the bacteria stems from a cooling tower in the neighborhood systems commonly found atop buildings that release mist into the air. That mist, if contaminated, can carry the bacteria deeper to people's lungs. Testing is now underway on all cooling tower and their impacted zones. To read the rest, log on to Boiler Alert. Jesus, Father. Yeah, so my crazy behind went up there because I was like, wait a minute, is Legionnaires by my job? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because I'm not going to be dealing with that and going to work, and I don't got time. So, unfortunately, my job zip code, well, fortunately, my job zip code wasn't up there, but that's crazy. What the hell is going on in New York, and what the hell is Legionnaires? I was like, this sounds crazy, but you do see them buildings, you be seeing smoke and all that nonsense drifting out the top. You like, I don't like it. I don't play with it, and I don't have time for it. Because next thing you know, like they said, you breathing in that shit, and you ain't feeling good, and you start feeling sick, and your chest hurt, and you passing out, and y'all won't mix me. So I definitely want you guys to be careful, especially my folks up in Harlem. I know my girl Steph is up there. You guys be careful. It is not a game or a joke. Moving right along, I want to talk about Clarissa and Pat. So this is what I will say, right? I was I wasn't really here for Clarissa and Pat, and I'm still low key not here for Clarissa and Pat. But there's some part of me Clarissa is growing on. I cannot lie. For whatever reason, it's some part of me like Clarissa might be low key my homegirl. She might low key be my homegirl. And I'm trying not to let her be because I'm like, Clarissa, let the man, do what he got to do first. And then, but I also get it when you in love and your nose is open, you start doing things you would have never done. So I definitely get why she does the things she does. I just wish also, too, that he celebrated her. Well, I can't say he don't because he tries. I remember I'm used to seeing him how he celebrated Remy. So for me, I don't feel like it's reciprocal. But I also feel like, listen, I don't know what's happening behind closed doors. So maybe he's in there, giving her something she could feel. I don't know. What they were saying, though, they were saying that, pretty much he's an opportunist. They were saying that he's an opportunist and they feel like all this is for his opportunity. And, when he gets what he needs, he's going to roll. They had said, I hate them. They're fake. I said, oh, Lord. She just, you know what I think? I think I feel a little sad for her because I feel like she's more invested than he is. And I think that's what makes it look fake because you see so much of her investment and so little of his, so it makes you feel like these motherfuckers is playing games. But I think she really likes him. I think she really likes him. I think she loves him. And I think she's trying to prove a point. That's why she's going so hard to show that, no, I'm down for him. I love him. He got my back. When it's like, Clarissa, just stay back, just chill, just be easy. He going to prove that himself if that's the truth. That's one thing I've learned about relationships. They have to be reciprocal. I don't care if it's romantic. I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's friends. Relationships have to be reciprocal. And if somebody is not giving you what you need and you're giving everything, then at some point it's gonna fall apart. So I feel like Carissa, I'm not saying he behind closed doors, he ain't rubbing your feet, washing your hair, and licking your ass. I'm not saying he's not doing that. Just publicly, when you are gushing over him, he's more so acting like it's just mad cool to be with you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Trip about me. Straight up. Trip about me. Do something. Let these people know the same way I love you, you love me back. And I think he kind of refrains from that because he did that in his relationship already and got burnt. So he's pretty much holding it on you. And I don't know if he really feels the same, and that's the scary part. So I'm starting to like Clarissa a little bit. She was irritating my ass bone with like the tactics of the dancing. It's too much, but okay, girl. Okay. It said Trump wants to start charging DC teens and adolescent gang members as adults if they commit violent crimes. Starting at age 14, this should have been done a long time ago. It's going to happen now. The law in DC must be changed to prosecute these minors as adults and lock them up for a long time starting at age 14. The most recent victim was beaten. Oh my God, Trump, what's going on? All right, let's run it from the top. Crime in Washington, D.C. is totally out of control. Local youth and gang members, some only 14, 15, and 16 years of age, are randomly attacking, mugging, maiming, and shooting innocent citizens. At the same time, knowing that they will be almost immediately released. They are not afraid of law enforcement because they know nothing ever happens to them, but it's going to happen now. The law in D.C. must be changed to prosecute these minors as adults and lock them up for a long time, starting at age 14. The most recent victim was beaten mercilessly by local thugs. Washington, D.C. must be safe, clean, and beautiful for all Americans, and most importantly, for the world to see. If D.C. doesn't get its act together and quickly, we will have no choice but to take federal control of the city and run this city how it should be run, and put criminals on notice that they are not going to get away with it anymore. Perhaps it should have been done a long time ago. Then this incredible young man and so many others would not have to go through the horrors of violent crime. If this continues, I'm going to exert my powers and federalize this city. Make America great again. Ooh, child, honey. Whoa. Okay, let's tussle about it. Let's tussle about it, because I'm going to say this, right? While I am not a Trump supporter, I don't totally disagree. I don't totally disagree. I don't totally disagree with, okay, let me see what I think. I don't want to see a child in jail, right? Because when you are young, you honestly don't know no better, even when you think you do, right? There are lessons to be learned. There's trials and tribulation, there's trial and error. So I can't honestly say, even no matter what a 14-year-old did, I would want them incarcerated. But I also don't want them immediately released when they commit heinous crimes. And even if holding you is putting you in an alternative to incarceration program where you're more like in a group home setting or something like that, then fine. I'd rather be here for that, because I cannot get with the whole you get immediately released, so you think that's okay. Because I remember it was also a time that folks were recruiting young people to commit these crimes because they noticed you would be automatically released, and this is not cool. This is not cool. This is not cool. If you are a tax-paying citizen getting out your car, coming from work one day, and just because somebody is having a bad day or they don't have nothing better to do, they punch you in your face and knock you out and take your money and drag you and beat you, and then you're gonna turn around and tell me, no, don't do anything bad to him. He's only 14. Did he know he was 14 when he did all that fuck shit? Like, did you know he was 14 when he did it? So no, absolutely not. I am not in agreement with the whole you just come directly out because you're a minor and you don't know no better. But I'm also not a fan of literally incarcerating folks so young. Because if that was the case, then I probably would have just been coming home from my bed. I did a lot of things, fuck 14, I did a lot of things at 17 that I should have known better than doing. You know what I'm saying? But again, I wasn't emotionally developed enough to be able to put them tools in place to not do the things that I did. So I did them. As an adult, of course, I know better. But at that time, nah, it was what I felt, so it was what I did. So I am so not a fan of thinking that, young people are just going around doing these things. They need to be locked away and thrown under the jail. No, they need some emotional regulation. They need some emotional regulation. Should have us adults need emotional regulation, right? Because a lot of times, a lot of these things are done based off emotion. What kind of day you was having, the way you grew up, how you feel towards your parents. A lot of these things are done off emotion. So if you have emotional regulation, you will be able to navigate those emotions properly so that you don't have to be violent and criminal and all these other things. But when you do not have that, nobody is around you to give you that, you never even heard of that, then everything is off the cuff and off the fly. What's up? I'm mad. You ever had an incident where something happened to you, something happened between you and somebody, and it's so random, and you hear them say something about whatever happened in that moment, they're more angry than they would normally be because they were already mad. You ever heard that? Like, say if you walk in the store and three people walk in behind the person and they kind of bombard that, come on, get off of me. Don't be falling all over me because I'm already pissed off. I'm sorry, what the fuck does that do with us? Like nobody can't make a mistake and bump into you because you're already mad. Exactly. That's because you lack emotional regulation. Because if you could, then you would understand that one don't have nothing to do with the other. Somebody could accidentally or on purpose bump into you. That don't mean they need their ass whipped because you was already upset because before you left the house, you and your father got into a fight. So now the person that accidentally or on purpose bumped into you, now you got to whip their ass. Yeah, because you couldn't regulate your emotions from the last situation you came from. So now you're taking it out right here on somebody else. So for me, I'm not gonna sit up here and say I'm not gonna sit up here and say I think a 30-year-old has emotional regulation. I don't. I don't. I think all of the trauma that we've been through growing up, it fucks with that. So no, you don't just walk out and say, you know what? I'm angry with Sally, but I'm not gonna take that on Sally because it's not her fault. It's Mary's fault. So I'll just deal with Mary. Most times we dealing with Sally, Mary, we dragging a mother and father out, we cursing out their man and a woman, and we letting them know we ain't letting this shit go. It's up and it's stuck for their granny as well. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's so much trauma, and you asking me to be okay with it in this moment to be able to compartmentalize that you did one thing and I must deal with it this way. Trauma doesn't do that. I'm sorry. Trauma does not do that, baby. Trauma don't want to hear it. That's why Operation Hill 100 Heart says, what? A trauma center support network. Because trauma don't want to hear regulate your emotions. Trauma don't want to hear compartmentalize your anger. Trauma wants to hear that, listen, I'm traumatized. Turn the fuck up. All right. Olinda said Legionnaires sounds serious. They said that papoose never looks happy, but they also said about the young people in the Bible, at 14, you a man. She said that be me sometimes, laughing my ass off. That's why I made a video about stop letting bad moments become a bad day or a bad week. Exactly. 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 And I will be honest with you. Sometimes when you are raised in a household where that is the case, that does something to you, where you have a mother or a father that, or a parent that's raising you, or a guardian that they have no emotional regulation. So they mad with their man, they take it out on you. They mad it happened at work, they take it out on you. They mad they ain't hit the number, they take it out on you. What the fuck any of those things have to do with me? And then sometimes those parents scar those children. And some of us are scarred children. Some of us are adults taking this out on whoever, whatever young person or people that we are around, And again, that's because a lot of people lack emotional regulation, you know? And again, it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing, but it comes from trauma. It comes from trauma, And a lot of times, trauma is not tapping you on the shoulder, telling you to regulate your emotions. Trauma is telling you to respond its way to protect yourself. And because that looks like and feels like protection for you, that's what you do. That don't make it right. No matter how protected you may feel in that moment. Because guess what? Every time that you take that road to protect yourself, you know what you're doing? You're putting everybody else in harm's way. You're triggering everybody else around you. You're disrespecting everybody else around you. You're being mean to everybody else around you because you felt like you needed to be protected because what? Of some trauma that existed way before any of these motherfuckers you around. Make sense? Sound familiar? Okay. And, I don't want to say that these young people, I haven't worked with young people since 2007. I started part time with Jewish Child Care Association. I was a respite worker and a skill builder for developmentally disabled young people. And then in 2000, that was 2007. And then in 2009, I started working in the school system. And I did both until 2016, I want to say. And then I stopped doing one, but I kept doing the other. So I was only doing one. And then in 2019, I started up again. And then the pandemic came. So I took out two. I was only doing one. And now I'm doing two again, because I feel like with young people, they are getting the brunt and they're bearing all of the trauma of the adults, and while I would love to save them all right now, I'm paid to work with young people. I would rather work with young adults because trauma is no joke. Trauma is no joke. Melissa said, yes, talk about it. They said fight or flight mode every day for the rest of your life. Trauma from before you was born. Yes. Yes. And that first-hand trauma is whipping, it's dog walking you. Okay? It is dog walking you. And sometimes you don't even know it because you present well. So in these moments, you can't say a 14-year-old should be able to emotionally regulate enough to not commit a crime when a 40-year-old can't do that. So what we talking here? A 40-year-old cannot do that. So we must ask a 14-year-old who ain't even hit fucking puberty yet to do it. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. So for me personally, I do not want to see a young person be committed um to be committed to incarceration. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't care what the crime is. What I would like is alternative to incarceration programs, like i.e., I'll get into that. But where they can learn how to regulate their emotions and learn how to conduct themselves better. So whatever I did at 14, I don't do at 21. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't help these young people do that and we don't have the tools to do it, then what? Then what? So we must do the work. We must do the work. And us adults, we're in charge of doing that work. I don't know where you are. I don't know what you got going on that you can't do the work, but it has to start now and it has to start somewhere, especially if you are around and if you are in charge of and if you are raising young people. It's your job to do the work because we all need safe spaces. So Trump, I hear you, and I do think that the crimes are heinous, and I do think that something needs to be done to lock a 14-year-old up because of something they did at 14 is crazy to me. I'm sorry, that's just me personally. So no, I'm not in agreement with that, but I hear you. I hear you. And again, I don't think you give a fuck. I don't think you care. I think you care about, people being locked up and making you money. To me, that it doesn't add up. So, Anyway, moving right along. I saw a story here said terrible. An 18-year-old girl dies after suffering a severe food allergy after the restaurant served her food she didn't order. Her last words were, "Mom, I love you and I'm sorry. Goodbye." Oh my God. Oh my God. So it says neighbors, an 18-year-old Lily King passed away after a severe allergic reaction during a family vacation in Morocco. The teen, who had long suffered from allergies to fish, nuts, sesame, eggs, milk, and seafood, collapsed in her mother Aisha's arms after eating just one bite of food at a restaurant in Rabat. It was a place that had safety. It was a place they had safely visited before, but this time Lily's dish came with vegetables and a sauce her mother said she didn't order. I was so careful with everything Lily ate, Aisha said. I cooked everything at my mom's home and I brought it to the hotel. We never ate hotel food. The only thing I ordered was tea. Despite taking medication and using her EpiPen, Lily couldn't breathe. Her last words to her mom were, Mom, I love you. I'm sorry. Goodbye. She died 4 days later in a hospital after cardiac arrest caused by anaphylaxis. Aisha, who is fluent in Arabic, says communication with restaurant staff and doctors was still a challenge. Neither the waiter nor the doctor spoke English, and I still couldn't get the care Lily needed. Her parents now urge others to be cautious when dining abroad, especially in countries with different food laws. We had 18 beautiful years with Lily, said Michael, her stepfather. Never in our wildest dreams did we think that we'd lose her like this. Oh my God, this is horrific. It's so crazy because sidebar, today or yesterday, shout out B, shout out Brian, shout out B. Today or yesterday must have been his birthday because I seen his siblings posting about him, and he's also a person that I know personally that passed away from allergic reaction, right? And first of all, God bless this young lady. My prayers, my heart, my soul goes out to the family. That's horrific because number one, we're on vacation. So we came out here to have a good time. We came out here to have fun. We came out here to do what families do. Again, it brings me back to Theo, Malcolm Jamal Warner. You going on vacation. You going to have a good time. Not in your wildest dreams you would think that something like this would happen. This is diabolical. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Two is that I don't know about you guys, but I plan with my family, right? I plan with my friends, right? You know why I do that? I plan with them because in my mind, they're going to always be around. I'm going to always be around, right? So a lot of times with family and friends, you plan, right? Before I got on this live, I was talking to Pookie. He was planning for his son's future. The other day, I'm talking to my mom. She's planning for her 70th birthday. The other day, I'm talking to a coworker. She's planning for when she get married. You plan with your people because you expect them to be around. So who on God's green earth would think? My brother has a seafood allergy. Not in my wildest dreams, but I brought B up because B, Brian, shout out Brian, may he rest in peace. Somebody I knew personally, once again, that passed away from a food allergy and an allergic reaction to seafood, right? He is, it's a lot of coincidences. Number one is that where Brian and his family moved, Brian's younger sister, Dana, shout out Dana, we went to school together, right? She was in my class. She was the youngest. They have a lot of siblings, right? I want to say it's about maybe 7 or 8 of them. I'm not sure, but they have a lot of siblings, but it's all girls. Brian was the only boy. Brian was the only boy. And it was so crazy because growing up where I grew up, I lived in a building, 256B. I grew up there at my grandmother's house before my mom got her own apartment. When we finally moved out, we moved out because my grandmother had dialysis and they could, sometimes the elevator would be broken. They couldn't get her down and take her to dialysis. So my grandmother had to be transitioned to a first floor apartment. So my mom ended up moving in with her, which made us end up moving in with her so she could take care of her while she was sick. But Brian and his whole family, they moved in our old apartment, 6B. And they would be so nice. Like when my grandmother passed, my cousin was really going through it. So sometimes he would just need to go up there and they would let him. You know, they was always such a nice family. I love the Allen family. Shout out to them. But that's how I grew a fondness of them. And then their sister was in my class, the younger sister. So I always knew them. I was always cool with them. And it always amazed me that it was so many girls and just Brian. And he was like the life of the party. He was like their protector. He was so sweet. He was so cool. And again, Brian has a daughter, you know, planning life for the future. And then you look up and look at this. Look at this. Who would have thought? I'm taking my child on vacation. We're going to have a good time. Like she said, I cooked all the food. We don't even eat hotel food. I'm putting all the precautions in place for my baby, and it still happens. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. You know, because again, you plan with your people. You plan with your people. I'm literally planning with my people. And then sometimes you look around and those people are not around, you know? So one must be mindful and one must be grateful. Because that was a terrible thing right there. That was a terrible, terrible thing right there. And I pray that, you know, God will provide the family strength and, you know, and I don't even know how you move forward. I don't. You know, I really, really don't. But you guys keep in mind, like, time waits for no man. You know, so you do what you got to do when you have to do it in the time that you can afford to do it. Celebrate your people. That's why I brought up Leo season. You know, shout out to all the birthdays. Celebrate your people. You don't know how long you're gonna have them around. Okay. They said, yes, I was just thinking about B. Girl, wait, I never heard you say grandmother. I never knew your grandmother. Yes, my mom's mom. My mom's mom is who, that's how my mom and them got there. They came there with their mother, right? And yeah, my grandmother. Yes, 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 yes. I live. Yes, girl. We could talk about that offline. But if you guys, you let me know one day. I'll tell you the story. I have all my plaza antics. I have all my plaza antics. But yes, we lived there with my grandmother first. We lived 256B. We lived 256B. Right. Okay. Moving right along. What shows am I watching tonight? I'm going to watch Love and Hip Hop. I don't. Something about old bitches acting up irritates my ass bone. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like again, like I said, a lot of these things I did when I was younger, it irritates me. It irritates me. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be shady, but when I see 40 plus and 50 plus year old women acting like a dumbass on TV shows, it irritates me. I know they're getting paid, but it still irritates me. If I'm being honest with you, it still irritates me. So I don't know. But I'm gonna watch Love and Hip Hop tonight with Spike. Girl, I can't. Anyway, in Diddy news. No means no. Judge denies Diddy's request for release on bail, failed to satisfy his burden to demonstrate entitlement to release. Damn, Diddy, they dog walking you still. Neighbors, Diddy's motion for bail has been denied by the judge who presided over his trial. The judge's ruling stated Combs fails to satisfy his burden to demonstrate an entitlement to release. Judge Aaron wrote in a letter on Monday. The order comes a week after Combs' lawyers filed a motion advocating for his release from jail ahead of his October 3rd sentencing date. Diddy, sit the fuck down. Diddy, sit the fuck down. That's what I'm going to say. Did he sit the fuck down? Sit the fuck down. Sit down. Sit down. Okay? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Okay? Sit down. You've been sitting for a year. You've been doing fuck shit for years with an S. So you can sit for one. Sit down. Sit down. Right? You ain't deserve no RICO charges. You got that monkey up off your back. I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you for sticking 10 toes down, testifying you got that RICO. I'm here with you on that. I'm here with you on some things, Diddy, but some things you got to sit the fuck down. And I'm going to tell you right now, the way you whooped that trick in that hotel right there, you need to sit down a little longer for me for that. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to talk about no male prostitutes. I don't want to talk about a baby oil. I don't want none of that shit. That video with Cat requires you to sit the fuck down. So that talking about, I just need to come home and love, brother. Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. And like they said, the arrogance and the nerve of you to even want, bitch, you just be the RICO. You just be the motherfucking RICO. We gave you a pass, nigga, but you still played your motherfucking stuff. Sit the fuck down, okay? I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear it. So this whole, I need to be home, love, and brother, love, and love. No, bitch. You trying to get back to the city girls. I know what the fuck is up. I seen Kariri. Okay? I know what it is, bitch. Hey, Tifa girl, I know your neighbor. And I don't want to hear that shit. Because let me tell you something, that video, Diddy, that fucking video, let me tell you something right now. Right fucking now. The way, if I was Cassie, because that's the thing, right? When you don't got no people, see, Cassie might ain't had no people. One thing to fuck about it, I always kept some secret people in the cut. I always kept some secret people in the motherfucking cut. Because Diddy had you to do that vase on me and kick me in my fucking stomach and all that dumb shit just because I'm trying to leave. Bitch, you'd have woke up and you'd have been gutted like a fish. Okay? So the fact that your arrogant ass be the RICO charge and you still sitting up here, I need to go on home and brother love, and be with baby chance. And we don't give a fuck. Okay? We don't care. And I don't care about Cassie was ordering them escorts and all that, which I'm not taking none of that. They was all in that shit together. Fuck y'all. I don't care. That's what I believe. Fuck that. Right? But on the side of me believing that, I saw the video where you whooped that trick and I didn't like that. I didn't fucking like that. I couldn't even watch it again. It was demonic because the girl was not even fighting you back. You just took advantage of a situation that you knew you fucking could, and I didn't like it. And it been going on. And the fact that you've been doing it for years and you pissed off that you got set up for 1 year lets me know you still an arrogant ass bitch. And you would do it again. Go sit the fuck down. Okay? Because when you first know you whooped that trick and she ran down on you, said, give me my ones and my funds, bitch, because I experienced a lot of venereal diseases because of you. You know what you said? I ain't giving you shit, ho. I ain't giving you nothing. This is a shakedown. Then when they throw the video out here, hey guys, I was in a bad place. I was really going through some things at that time, and I called Bishop and shut the fuck up. Shut up. Because had you said all of that when she first ran down on you and gave her money, she would have never had to let them videos be leaked out. But they let them be leaked out because you are arrogant bitch. That's what you are. You are arrogant. You think you bigger than the motherfucker. Nobody is bigger than the machine. Okay? Nobody is bigger than the program. That's the problem. You thought you was bigger than the program. You got pumped the fuck up. And now because you got to sit your raggedy ass down, you over there talk, hey, Judge, I need to get out of here now. You know, I beat the RICO, so when can I go? Excuse me? When can you go? Roll that motherfucking tape back. Roll that tape back. For as many times that you kicked this girl, punched her, and launched shit at her, we're going to put every year on that, and then I'll let you go. 1 kick, 2 kick, 1 vase, 3 punch. Yeah, that's 4 fucking years right there. Go sit your raggedy ass down. So the fact that, hey, I need to get home back to my fucking kids. You need to get home back to your kids. You need to get home back to your kids. You almost fucking kicked the girl uterus out of her so she can't have no fucking kids. She lay there leaking her fucking placenta. Okay? So go sit your raggedy ass down. Okay? We gave you didn't deserve no Rico. We gave you that. We gave you that. We said, listen, black man, okay? Black man, we see you. We understand. They trying to play in your fucking face. They wouldn't play with a white boy like this. So we got you. We got you. Get that Rico shit up out of here. Fight. Because I was fighting with you in the background. I haven't said too much shit, but I was fighting with you. Don't laugh, Tifa, because this shit is real. Because I don't like that shit. He think he's bigger than the program. And this ain't got nothing to do with the IG or no. This is not about that. This just about a man. You as a man, the way you whooping on this girl like this, and you got the fucking nerve to say, "Oh, hey, judge, y'all, you know I be the Rico, so when can I go? When can you go? Roll that motherfucking tape back. I'm gonna tell you when you could go. How many times he hit it with the days? 1. Okay, that's 1 year. How many times he kicked her? 3. That's 3. 1 + 3 is 4. Okay, it's 4 years. How many times he punched her? How many times he dragged her by the hoodie? Count all the motherfuckers up. Count them up. And then I let you know when your ass can leave out of here. The hell you talk about? Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. They're going to give you a little bit of time or time served, whatever, and you're going to come on home. But if you get your raggedy S-curl having ass out here thinking you bigger than a program again, and I'm not talking about the white man programs. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the spiritual program with God. Because you only did that because you thought you was above God. You thought you was a God. Some people really think like that about themselves. And that's what you thought. You thought you was untouchable in God's eyes. And every time you get caught doing some fuck shit, you go see TD Jakes, so you think it's forgiven. No, bitch. It ain't forgiven. It ain't forgotten. Cut your shit. Be tired of it. So go sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. You're not getting out of there. You're getting your sentence in October. You're going to get some light work. Do your fucking time. Build some fucking vases. Apologize to that fucking girl. Well, you already got to apologize. They paid her. So go ahead, Cassie. Because you know what? Your little Mexican ass ain't low either. But I'm going to leave you alone. Guararanita. I'll come back to you. In the meantime, in between time, Diddy, go sit your raggedy ass down. Do your motherfucking time, and y'all have a blessed night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Operation Hit One for Talk Shit. What we do, what? Focus on healing, humor, hot motherfucking topics. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. I love you guys for tuning in for Lit at 6. Watch Love and Hip Hop tonight, and I'll be back sooner than later. Good night.